All right, welcome back to the Pokemon Splash League Season 19. We've got a really interesting battle here because this is LosLightning versus Straight Shade. Two guys who have been in this league for a while but have only clashed once, with Los taking the win. But that was several seasons ago, and they haven't met since. So we're going to see how these two match up finally after such a long time. We've got an intimidating team here on Los's side. He's got the Prankster Tailwind Urshifu combo, very famous in VGC, although not quite as strong without Tornadus. The unkillable wall that is Jellicent, and then the 170-something special attack of Xurkitree. Meanwhile, Straight Shade has Brian Hands as well as Dragonite, two other common VGC threats. I'm curious to see how this go.
Yeah, I help Los prep a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Got any insights?
Los's team is so fast compared to Shade's, and Mimikyu is like a perfect Trick Room setter. Barring Imprison Trick Room, if it's got mental or like a double taunt or roar, it's very difficult to remove. So it looks like he's brought a pretty strong Trick Room core with Iron Hands, Mimikyu, and Xlelius. So
yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen there. And there's also, the Spectrier is probably his only fast thing.
Dragonite's probably running E-Speed. Smeargle's annoying just because of Follow Me and Spore and shit like that.
Even it can use Trick Room too if it wanted to.
Yeah.
So, looking at the Terra types here, we've got the Terra Water, this Cavalier, a lot of Terra Ghosts on Straight Shade's team.
A lot.
Only one seemingly to avoid the fake out, but we got the Terra Normal like Dragonite, so of course the Extreme Speed seems likely.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to jump in and go ahead and start?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I'm not in the chat.
Oh, I got it. Interesting. No Arboliva. That was actually giving us some problems in prep. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Arboliva would have been a good Trick Room. But we don't see it here. And this is Rapid Strikes Urshifu, so.
There is a lot of offense on Los's side of the field right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got Smeargle and Spectrier. There's just no point in trying to predict what Smeargle's going to do. It could fake out, it could Spore, it could do whatever it wants here. But Spectrier, on the other hand, kind of a one-trick pony. It's faster than both of these guys, assuming they're not scarfed. So it could put some damage out there, but probably not enough to kill either of them.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, unless maybe if Urshifu Terra Ghosts and it Shadow Balls into the slot.
Yeah, that's about the only possibility there. And that depends on Los being willing to take that. All right, we see the Follow Me.
Ooh,
Shadow Ball does kill.
That's a lot of damage.
That could be Specs damage with that much.
Yeah. I don't run that calc, but there's Garchomp back.
I'm surprised the Volt Switch didn't kill Smeargle either with Smeargle's stat line.
It's probably Sash anyway, but yeah, it's a pretty bulky set for Smeargle. It's a pretty easy EQ discharge if Zerk's got Protect or it's Terra Flying, so it could just Terra as well.
Oh yeah, that could be a good combination here. I always love to see that combination in doubles.
Gets
Completely.
around follow me pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Which makes me think he might not even click follow me now. But either way, Spectrier is faster than everything on the field here, so something's going down.
Oof, that's a lot of damage. Did not go for the EQ. Okay.
Yeah,
That
even
+2 is
surviving that.
not booster hands. Probably assault vest.
Yeah, that thing's going to be very annoying to kill if it
Yeah.
doesn't get good right now. That Spectrier is just steamrolling. Never thought the speed would be Straight Shade's play here.
Yeah, we didn't either. A little interesting.
The one speedy Pokemon.
Terra normal.
Terra normal.
Avoiding the shadow ball. Wow.
Right.
Big
And
crit.
surviving the wild charge. Ooh.
Trick room. With hands out there. That's interesting.
Yeah. Jellicent might be slower than hands though.
Ooh, strength sap.
That is a pretty big deal.
Oh, lives.
Ice Punch but lives because of the strength sap.
Rough skin, rocky helmet.
Ah, but the Spectrier lives that.
But if it's, well, he's still got a Pokemon in the back. I was going to say, if it's choice, it can't touch Jellicent.
That's true. So there's no point in even trying to take it out right now.
Well, it's all Los has left. So he has to swap the Spectrier out if it's choice, which is a good indicator. So now Los knows it's choice.
Yeah, you can say for sure now.
E-Speed might clean it up, though. Since he's not a ghost type anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it didn't.
Like that, but another strength sap could just heal it right back up.
Wow.
Oh, Jellicent is such a wall. But one crit, this is over. So
yeah,
gotta be
playing with fire here, and he can just swap out to reset the boosts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since he's still got Spectrier.
Oh, and there goes Trick.
Spectrier.
That's the end, I think. I don't think E-Speed kills, though. No.
I also don't think he has anything to hit Dragonite.
Yeah.
Jellicent is still such a scary thing to deal with.
Yeah. Jellicent is super good. All right, so Spectrier got rolling pretty quick there.
All right, so we're going into game 2 now. Curious to see how things change up.
Yeah.
Well, one, Jellicent's gender has changed, so that's one thing.
Ooh, random. Yeah, so Dragonite's probably banded since the strength sap lowered its attack. Otherwise, because Clear Amulet, it wouldn't have lowered the attack. And
right.
Jelly would have infinitely healed then, but
yeah, we could be seeing a band and a scarf here. Sorry, not scarf, but specs.
Charles loves his choice items.
I mean, we didn't even get to see what it's. I would say since Xurkitree was running Volt Switch, it could be specs too, but probably not, considering the damage it did to Smeargle.
Yeah, Scarf would be more likely, but it was slower than Spectrier, so
yeah,
probably not Scarf. He does have Illumise for Tailwind, so if Spectrier is a huge problem, I think a Tailwind would solve some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Bread move on that turn, he crunched the Smeargle, would have popped the Smeargle and chipped on the Garchomp, maybe enough that crunch would have killed the next time.
Oh, yeah, we can tell them they're good to go.
Yeah, they don't need to wait after the first one. I don't think.
Curious to see if the Iron Moth will come into play this time. Okay, this time we got Illumise. Probably to do the one thing that Illumise does.
Probably gonna fake out the Illumise, if I had to guess. We know Spectre kills the Urshifu, and I don't know that he's got a switch into it either, though.
That, and also, like, Illumise can, could be cover cloak, too, so that's fairly likely for a Prankster one.
Yeah.
Then again, Urshifu could get faked out instead and killed. So who knows how this is going to go. Let's see first.
It may not even have fake out. We didn't even see it last time. It was just follow me. He could try to snatch the Tailwind with Smeargle.
That's an option for sure.
Kind of a dirty move. It's probably actually the best play because if Los doesn't Tailwind, he still outspeeds, and if he does, then he has Tailwind. So it doesn't matter. It's kind of a win.
Snatch is the best. Is my favorite counter to Tailwind. It's just so fun. It's a shame it doesn't exist anymore. We see the Protect on Urshifu. How ironic. There goes Snatch. And stolen.
Yeah.
He protects for the Shadow Ball, but it's going to be rough from here.
Yeah. Follow me probably next. Does Illumise have Disable? I know it has Encore.
I'm not entirely sure. I know it has Encore, yeah.
If it had Disable, it could really screw with that Spectre.
It's getting Spectre. Love Snatch. Love that move. That's the one of the main reasons I wouldn't like to play with like the current meta, just because of moves like Snatch that that Garchomp survived that pretty well, and it survived that Ice Punch pretty well before too. So maybe this Garchomp is really heavily bulk invested.
Yeah, I think last time
it was a -1, but still.
Yeah, I think Spectre was +1 last time when it one shot, but Smeargle can just keep hitting Snatch and not worry about it.
Let's protect. Okay. Is the Illumise choice scarf?
Struggle Bug would have been super nice right here. Lowering special attack.
If he has a Struggle Bug, that would have been pretty useful there. Even if he gets the Tailwind, though, he's still slower.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. I was going to say Encore, it's not really doing much else. I think Struggle Bug would have been the best, but he may not have it.
That's possible too, yeah. Even if he tries to get Tailwind now, he's Encored Smeargle into stealing it.
Yeah. So he's not winning the speed here at all.
I see why Charles likes Smeargle so much. that Pokemon can be really annoying.
Yeah, especially if you don't have the right set to counter it.
And I would say because you can do anything, it's hard to prep for, but this is not that crazy for a Smeargle set. I mean, we even predicted the Snatch a second ago.
Yeah, I think the problem was Lowe's click Tailwind 2 other times. If he would have attacked at all, I think he'd have been okay. But
man,
Okay, so he's got Draining Kiss, not Struggle. That's probably why, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I
Draining
think
Kiss is probably for like Iron Hands or something.
Yeah,
Or Dragonite.
I think it's over.
The Illumise 1v4.
I don't think it's taken a +3 Terraghost Shadow Ball. Sash. It
Sash,
did.
it took it.
It took it.
You can't
Made a
correct
liar
it.
out of me.
Smeargle has clicked one button this whole. Okay, there we go. It's finally clicking another button. Wow. Smeargle only needed 2 buttons.
Sometimes be that way.
Man, that is especially with that Trick Room looking team. He comes out and just brings speed.
Yeah.
Pure speed. This seems like a battle that was won and lost in prep. Just Spectre outspeeds the whole team. What else do I need to do? Are they going to come in for interviews or?
I think Shade said yes. I don't know about Los.
Okay. Man. So that's 1-1 now. They've got a match. An even score after all this time.
Yep. Evened it up.
Especially since Straight Shade is so known for setting Trick Room, and then him drafting like a full Trick Room team, bringing a full Trick Room team, and then not using Trick Room.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy way to get people caught off guard if you just don't do what they expect.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I was gonna say sometimes the surprise factor of not doing what they expect is enough to get you a game, and then after you have a game, people feel behind, and then they sometimes don't make as good of plays as maybe they normally would have, just because they're behind. And
yeah. Once you fall behind, it gets tricky to try and pull back up.
Whoa!
Congrats! That was a heck of a match. We saw the whole team and we're like, oh yeah, this is definitely Trick Room in commentary. And then sure enough.
Fooled us all.
Yeah, I mean, my original thought was I can have like Smeargle plus Mimikyu, and then I can like Follow Me Trick Room, or Roar Trick Moon if he leads Jellicent for like Imprison. But then it's like I'm essentially giving up Smeargle to set Trick Room up, and I didn't think that was like a winning play because I don't think my 3 Pokemon left over pound for pound could like fight his even if I outspeed, just because his base stat total is just crazy on that team.
Oh
I
yeah.
think in one of my test games, I got hit with a Xurkitree Dazzling Gleam. I had 2 Pokemon out, and my Iron Hands that was like Assault Vest took like 76%, and I was like, no, we got to scrap this. I got to find a way to kill things. So him having no ghost immunities or resistances meant that like Spectre just got to like basically eat for free, and putting it right next to a Smeargle means it's pretty safe from basically anything. I mean, you saw game 2, I just clicked literally snatch every turn of the game, and Spectre just got to kill everything.
That's what we were saying on turn 1 of game 1. We were like, I don't know if Spectre is going to be able to kill either of these guys out here, this hyper offense. But then the Spectre, we weren't expecting that.
Yeah, actually, if I Terra Ghost, he can one-shot everything on his team.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Assuming it wasn't like assault vest or anything. Los, what were your thoughts going into this game? It says his mic
I was
not on or
really
something.
scared that I was gonna be shebanged on by Arboliva, but he did not bring it. No, I mean when Daniel and I theory crafted, what we mostly talked about on the team chat was just like dealing with this trick room team. So we kind of just like banked that. I don't know. We were like, let's just bulk up everything and just make it like nothing really with speed. And I guess we didn't really think too much of Spectator too much. I think the most of the game plan that we thought of was going to be like Mimikyu and Iron Hands and Dragonite E-speeding and Arboliva just walling like Jellicent because that was really rough. If he brought that, I don't think I would have done anything really.
Now, was your Jellicent's last move Imprison?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. I felt like there was no good way to get around Imprison Jellicent without like roaring it away with Smeargle, and it just seems so like such a waste of my first turn, like basically trading my whole Smeargle to get Trick Room up. And you also had Ferrothorn, which like you didn't bring it, but Ferrothorn is just slower than everything that I had except for Escavalier, and it was pretty tough for me to kill.
Yeah, I just didn't. There was like a lot of stuff that you resisted with like Ferrothorn's moves, so it's just like we're both kind of like walling each other, and
Right.
there wasn't really anything progressive about it other than like hope that our other two Mon are like annihilating other stuff. Yeah, I think we honed in a little too much on the whole dealing with because the whole reason I had like ghosts was to deal with like fake out Iron Hands and then just other stuff. Yeah, I don't think when we practiced, like we did like a practice last night and there wasn't really Spectator didn't really come up, which is really funny because that's what literally just annihilated everything. Yeah, no, I think we just honed in a little too much on one aspect. In the when I saw, I was like, oh no, like I bulked up my Urshifu like with a bunch of HP, no problem. And then I saw that kill, I was like, ooh, that's a spectacular.
I think that's one big benefit of my team right now. Like I maybe don't have like the best Trick Room setter in Mimikyu. I do have Iron Hands, which is like insane in Trick Room. But I think having a like plan B of things like E-Speed with Dragonite or Spectre being able to go really, really fast makes the team a lot more difficult to prep against. Because like you obviously had to put some effort into making sure I don't get Trick Room up because like my Pokemon are really, really strong in Trick Room. But then that allows me to like, do what I did because I was like, if he doesn't Scarf anything, I outspeed everything with Spectre. And I'm like, why would he ever Scarf anything? He outspeeds every Pokemon on my team. So of course he's not going to Scarf anything.
And I thought I'd put speed in anything, just bulk everything up. It was really funny.
Outside of a Scarf, the only Pokemon on your team that could outspeed Spectre was your Iron Moth, only if it had the speed booster energy.
Yeah. We did talk about like the speed and HP, like why invest over bulk, but Daniel pointed out like, hey, like if you ever need speed, just Tailwind, and then I think we both completely forgot that Smeargle had Snatch, so that was something. I was like, as soon as that happened, I'm like, well, he's just gonna keep clicking
Smeargle
Snatch.
get that move?
Yeah, he learns it at level like 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, I think.
Yeah, when you led Illumise, I was like, oh no, I bet that Smeargle's got Snatch. And then sure enough, it snatched, and then I was like,
and then it continued to snatch for the rest of the game.
Maybe he won't do it a second time.
When Los encored it, I was like, it's fine. I was only going to click this move anyways.
I was really hoping that Illumise had Struggle Bug, because that would have really helped against that Spectre.
We probably
Yeah,
should have
once it
thought Wave over. I don't know. We just honed in too much on like. I even thought I was like Encore. I'm like Charles is too smart. If I Encore something, he's just gonna switch it out. I don't know. I thought about it. It probably should have been T Wave or something. If I looked at it more, but
Yeah, I mean, I think if you had expected me to like sweep with Spectre, there were a lot of decisions that could have been made for your team to like beat that. But I think that's like a really tough expectation is for you to look at my team that last week just set up Trick Room, every Pokemon on my team slow and be like, I think he's just gonna click Shadow Ball with a Spectre the entire game.
Yeah.
It's like to expect you to think of that is pretty tough.
Yeah, being week 2, it is pretty rough.
it was a good game. So it was an interesting. I couldn't have told you that I would have thought of that before coming in.
Mhm.
So that was good team crafting.
Thank you. I just want to know how you got the draft that you got. When I first, obviously I won, so I'm not gonna be like, your team's just super broken. But when I was first prepping for your team, I was like, dude, Los's Pokemon are so strong. I was telling Mark, I'm like, I have to play against Los's Thanos ass team. This dude just has all the Infinity Stones. I have to deal with Urshifu, and if I deal with that, then there's Iron Moth, and if I deal with that, then Xurkitree might be scarfed and just one shot my whole team. Like, bro, the base stat total on your team is ridiculous.
It's really funny because I think Goose was messaging me during the draft. He's like, "So are you ever just not gonna pick something that isn't just like frail and hits hard?" I'm like, "Listen, if it's open, I'm grabbing."
I was surprised your Garchomp survived a -1 Ice Punch, though. That was crazy.
That was shocking.
Yeah,
Some bulk investment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a bunch of bulk investment. A little bit of HP, a little bit of defense. But yeah, no. It was a good game. I was very shocked, and as soon as I saw the snatch, I was like, well, that's it.
Yeah, because when I was thinking about Snatch, I was like, I just keep clicking it because, what else is he gonna do? He can't set up a screen. He can't. He can't set up a screen. He can't set up Tailwind. Fine, whatever. Click whatever.
You know well enough. Yeah, you know well enough what that bug can do. No, I was actually kind of upset. It didn't come up, but I was kind of upset. I was like, oh, my Terra Velomai is just like a bug. It didn't transfer over to whatever I had it on my. I don't know.
I assume since it was Focus Sash, it was supposed to be Terra Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it was bug, in Terra Preview, I saw that was bug, and I was like, huh, I guess it's probably Covert Cloak. And then when I hit it and it went to Sash, I was like, okay, I guess he just didn't care what Terra Illumais was. He was like, I'm just never Terra in this thing.
I did. It was just, it didn't come up, so I'm not upset, but I was kind of upset coming in there. I was like, I don't know how the showdown thing works. Sometimes it'll save what I want, and then there's the untitled save. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what it's doing sometimes. But I guess there was one file that did have it, and the other file didn't. But anywho, that was good games.
Yeah, really well
any more
played game.
questions from commentary or anything? Or
I think that's all we got. We don't want to ask too much because it's still early in the season. I don't want to ask what other things were you planning on using? So
right.
we'll let the text stay hidden. Awesome
right.
game.
Good game, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Good games.